Hey there guys, Riath and Yahya here from tabletopminis.com and welcome to another Age of Sigmar battle report. So today we're going to be playing Stormcast Eternals versus Chaos, and we're playing round about 950 points SDK again. It worked quite well the last time with the balancing, so hopefully we'll get quite an even game. And we've also decided to go for a pitched battle this time without any scenarios.
We haven't done one of them in ages.
I know, it's
been a couple of months now.
We've got so many books from Stormcast Eternals and Dreadhold. We've been just going through scenarios. We've still got more scenarios to do, but just for a change we're going to do pitch battle. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's show you the armies and then we can get started. Alright, so here we've got the Chaos Khorne Bloodbound army, and that's led by Korghus Khul in the middle, and then he has an Exalted Deathbringer and a Bloodsecrator next to him. Then we have a Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. And then we have a unit of 20 Blood Reavers with full command. And then we have 5 Blood Warriors with a champion. And a Korghos. And that's around about 920 points of SDK.
And here we have the Stormcast Eternal army led by the Celestant Prime over here. A Lord Relictor. 2 units of 5 Liberators, each with the Liberator Prime. 1 unit of 3 Retributors with 1 Retributor Prime. And finally 1 unit of 5 Judicators, 1 equipped with the Shock Bolt Bow. And that's going to be 942 points SDK, I think. So that's a Stormcast.
Alright, so here we've got our board set up. And as you can see on one side of the table, we've got 6 foot of Dreadhold. And that's going to mark the Chaos side, and Stormcast are going to start over here. And then we have some scenery in the middle, so we've got an Inspiring Numinous Oculum, an Arcane Woods, an Inspiring Ruin, Mystical Dragonfit Deus, Arcane Forest, an Inspiring Ophidian Archway, and an Arcane Ruin. And then over here we've got, you can see a Skull Keep, and then a couple of Malefic Gates, and Fortress Wall, and then Overlord Bastion over there. So Chaos are going to start that side, and Stormcast over here, and we'll roll to see who deploys first. Okay, so for the Chaos, we have a 6 and a 2 for the Stormcast. So
let me go first?
Chaos to deploy first. Okay, so deployment's finished now, and we have over here the Liberators, 2 units, and then the Judicators, the Lord Relictor, and the Retributors. And the Celestant Prime has been set up in the Celestial Realm. And then over on the Chaos side, we have the Exalted Deathbringer over here. And then we have the Korghos. And then we have the Blood Warriors and the Bloodthirster. And then we have the Bloodsecrator next to the Reavers there. And the Mighty Lord of Khorne, Korghus Khul, over there. And that is the Chaos set up. So the Stormcast finished setting up first, so they will get the first turn, or they can choose the first turn, which they have. So we're into turn 1 for the Stormcast.
Okay, hero phase for the Stormcast Eternals. And first of all, I'm going to do a mystical test for my Judicators here. See if they're befuddled or ensorcelled. And they're ensorcelled. And for the Liberators here, they are ensorcelled as well. And to the movement phase, I'm going to run these Retributors. That's 4 plus 6, so they get to move up 10 inches, so that will put them just about here. Next, Lord Relictor is going to run as well. 4 plus 4, 8 inches, puts him just about here. Now the Judicators are just going to move up 5 inches, so they can be within range to shoot. And now these Liberators are going to run 5 plus 2, 7 inches, so that puts them here. Now these Liberators are going to run 5 plus 6, so they go the full 11. That brings them up to here. And that is the end of my movement phase. Now into the shooting phase, I'm gonna shoot his Blood Reavers over there with my Judicators. I'm gonna start with the Judicator Prime because he gets a +1 to hit. So it's hitting on a 2, which it does. Wounding on a 3, and I can re-roll that because they're ensorcelled, which he does. And -1 rend, so that's instantly 1 dead. And now there's 3 normal guys, 3+ to hit, which they all do. And 3+ to wound, can re-roll because they're ensorcelled. And they all hit, and it's -1 rend, so that's another 3 dead.
Ouch.
That's a good thing when you get first turn. You always want to attack the units with the lowest bravery because they don't have inspiring presence. And now the shock bow hitting on a 3, and it doesn't. So shock bolt bow doesn't do anything. Okay, at the end of the shooting, no charges to be made. No combat, so into battle shock. He lost 4 Blood Reavers, so he needs to take a battle shock test for them now. They've got a bravery of 5.
It's 10, so that's
Wow.
5 of them
So
flee.
5 of them flee.
Ouch, that's half the unit's gone.
I'd sing with Blood Reavers. Their bravery is so low, it's pretty funny.
Okay, so start of turn 1 for the Chaos, and my Lord here, the Mighty Lord of Khorne, he's going to use his command ability, Gore Lord, which means that 3 units within 24 inches, they can roll 3 dice instead of 2 and charge in. So I'm going to see if I can make some lucky charges this turn. So I'll pick the Reavers, the Bloodthirster, and the Blood Warriors. And also my Blood Secretor, he's going to put down his Portal of Skulls. And that's pretty much it for the hero phase. So movement here, and my Lord here, Korghus Khul, he's going to move up 6 inches to just next to the forest here. And now my Blood Reavers, they're going to move up 6 inches to here. Not many left after that slaughter in turn 1 for the Stormcast. Actually, the movement of the Lord is 5 inches, so I'll just move him back a little bit. And now my Bloodthirster, he's unwounded, so he's going to move his full 10 inches towards them Judicators over there. See if I can make a charge on them in the charge phase. And the Blood Warriors, they're just going to move up 5. Going to come over this side, back up the Blood Reavers. And now the Korghus, he's going to run, so that is 6 inches plus 3, so that's a 9-inch run. Bring him up to here. And the Exalted Deathbringer is going to do the same thing. He's going to run over this way. So that's 5 plus 4, that's 9 inches. So he'll come in just behind the Korghus here. And that's movement over. And there's no shooting. The Korghus isn't in range and run. So we're straight into the charge phase. Okay, so we'll start with the Bloodthirster charging the Judicators here. So we need 10 inches, and we've got 3 dice because of Gore Lord from Korghus Khul. So important roll here. Oh, and we don't get it. 5 and a 3, 8 inches, so it's a failed charge, and he stays where he is, unfortunately. Now the Blood Reavers here, they're going to try and charge the Liberators. So that is 3 dice again because of the command ability, Gore-Tide. So we need 11 inches here. Oh, and we don't get it, we get 10. So any other targets within 10? I don't think so. So yeah, that's another failed charge. So not much there. Finally, Korghus Khul is going to try and charge these Liberators, and we're going to need a 12 for that. So highly unlikely, but let's see. Ah, no, and another failed charge. So no charges and no battle shock, so we are into battle round 2. So let's see who starts battle round 2. So for the Chaos, 2, and Stormcast 6. So
Yep, I'll go first.
okay, so Stormcast turn 2.
Okay, start off turn 2 for the Stormcast Eternals, and first of all we need to make a mystical test for the Judicators, because they're within 3 inches of the Dragon Fate Dais. And they pass it, so they're still ensorcelled. Next, the Lord Relictor is going to use his Lightning Storm on the Bloodthirster over there. On a 3+, he does D3 mortal wounds. 1, okay, so he does nothing there. Movement now, and I'm just going to move my Judicators back 5 inches. away from that Bloodthirster. Next, the Lord Relictor is going to move up 4 inches, and same with the Retributors. I'll move them just to here. These Liberators are going to move up 5 inches towards the Bloodthirster. Hopefully get a charge off, if I'm lucky. And then I'll do the same thing with these Liberators, just move them up 5 inches. And that is the end of my movement phase. Now into the shooting phase, I'm going to actually shoot his Blood Reavers again, since he didn't cast Inspiring Presence on them. So we're going to do the Prime first. Hitting on a 2, which he does. Wounding on a 3. I can re-roll it because he's ensorcelled.
Okay,
and
that's 1 dead.
That's 1 dead. And now for the 3 normal guys, hitting on a 3. And 2 hit and 3+ to wound now. I can re-roll that because they're ensorcelled, and 2 wounds, so 2 more dead. And now for the Shock Bolt Bow, hitting on a 3. And it doesn't hit again. I think I rolled a 1 for it in our last turn, in my last turn as well. So yeah. Actually, them Blood Reavers have the Portal of Skulls next to them anyway, so it doesn't really matter about the Inspiring Presence. Now into the charge phase, these Liberators are going to try and charge the Bloodthirster over there, needing a 6. And they're in, so. There we go. Now these Retributors are going to charge the Bloodthirster, needing an 8. And they fail it, so no charge for them. Okay, and that's the end of my charge phase, and now I'm just going to pile in the Liberators. Okay, so the Liberators are going to attack the Bloodthirster with 11 attacks, hitting on 3s because of Laylo the Tyrant. And wow, 10 hits. And wounding on 3s. Not so lucky.
They weren't ensorcelled, were they?
No, they weren't ensorcelled.
Okay.
So yeah.
4+ save.
Yeah, 4+ save. 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
3 wounds
so
on
down to
the
11.
yeah. Bloodthirster's down to 11 wounds.
Okay, now the Bloodthirster attacking the Liberators here. So we've got 4 attacks with the Great Axe of Khorne, hitting on 4s. And 3 hits. We're wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds, and there's a rend of a -2, so that's a
6+ for the
6+ save.
Liberators.
Oh, don't make, and
nah.
it does a d6 damage. So
Oh,
that is,
this could be nasty.
2d6 damage.
This could be very nasty.
And that's 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
2 of them are dead.
2 of them dead. Well, that could have been a lot worse. But yeah, it's alright.
Now the Blood Warriors are piling in here. 3 inches. So we'll get four of them attacking there, and so that is 9 attacks. We're hitting here on 3s. That is 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is 3 wounds and no rend, so 4+ save.
Okay.
And
And
that's 1 more wound, so another one down to
another
1
one's
wound.
down to 1 wound.
And we forgot, because of the Portal of Skulls, everybody gets an extra attack. So
Yeah, that's true.
we'll start with the Bloodthirster, see if we can hit on a 4+. Which we don't.
Okay.
Okay, and for the other 4 guys, they hit on a 3+, the Blood Warriors. All of them hit, wounding on 4s. 2 wounds with no rend, so 4+ save.
And they both make
save,
it.
So no difference.
Nice. Okay, that's the end of the combat phase, and battle shock now for these Liberators. They lost 2 guys, they're bravery 6 and 3, so they're okay for now.
So turn 2 for the Chaos, and Korghus Khul is going to use his command ability, Gore Lord, and he's going to use it on himself and the Reavers here. And yeah, he can do a 3rd unit, but I don't think the Korgorath's within range, 24. Or it is, yeah. Okay, so the Korgorath as well. So they can get 3 dice when they charge now. And again, the Bloodsecrator is going to put down his Portal of Skulls. And that's the hero phase over. So now into movement, and Korghus Khul, he's going to move up 5 inches through the forest here towards the Liberators just back here. See if we can make a charge. And the Blood Reavers here, they're going to move up 6 inches. See if they can do the same thing. What's left of them anyway, they've been pretty much decimated by 2 rounds of shooting from the Judicators. And now the Korgorath, he's going to move up 6 inches, so put him just here. And the Exalted Deathbringer will move 5 inches through the woods to just here. So shooting, and the Korgorath's going to shoot his bone spikes at the Retributors here. So that's 3 attacks, and we're hitting here on 3s. All 3 hit. We're wounding on 4s. That is 2 wounds, and there's no rend, so
2 4+ saves.
4+ saves for the Retributors here. And so that's 1 wound on one of them. So one of them's down to 2, yeah, they've got 3 wounds each. Now the interesting phase, so we're into charge, and we'll start with Korghus Khul here, see if we can charge these Liberators. So we're needing a 10, but we've got 3 dice, picking the 2 highest. Oh, when I seen that 6, I thought it was going to make it, but no, that's a failed charge.
Yeah.
So, okay, and the Blood Reavers here, they're not going to charge the Liberators anymore. We're hoping to get Korghus Khul to help out there, but they'll just get killed by themselves. So instead, they're going to go and back up the other, the Bloodthirster and the Warriors over there. So let's charge. And
they get 3 dice, don't they?
Yep, 3 dice. We need 4 more, so that's easily done, which it is. On 11, if only Korghus Khul had rolled that would have been quite nice, but in they go. Okay, so the Korgorath's charging the Retributors here. He's got 3 dice, needing 4, which he makes, so in he goes. And now the Exalted Deathbringer, he's going to charge the Retributors also. We need a 5 here, which we make on 8, so that's quite nice. And Mr. Deathbringer comes in here as well. Actually, I'm going to put him just in the woods here so he gets his bonus to save. Okay, so we'll start the combat with the Deathbringer here. Exalted Deathbringer against the Retributors. So we've got 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. That's 1 hit, wounding on 3s. Ooh, and he doesn't wound, so does he get an extra attack because of the portal?
Because he was in 18 inches.
He might be out of range. And yeah, he's just out of range, so yeah, so no damage there, unfortunately. Okay, now the Liberators are going to attack the Bloodthirster here. So that is 7 attacks, hitting on 3s because they lay low the Tyrant. So that is 6 hits, wounding on 3s.
Yep.
Ooh, 1 wound and 4+ save, which we make. So no damage from the Liberators there.
Bad wound rolls that.
Yeah, it was terrible. Next, the Korgorath here is going to attack the Retributors. So with his claws and fangs, there's 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, 4 hits, wounding on 4s.
3s.
Or sorry, 3s, wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds. And there is a -1 rend, so that is a 5+ save for the Retributors. And so 1 wound.
So 1's dead.
One of them is down to 1 wound.
Oh yes,
his extra attack because of Portal of Skulls. Let's do that just now. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, which he doesn't do. So, and now the Lord Relictor is going to pile in and attack the Korgorath. So the Relictor here, that's 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All hit, wounding on 3s. Whoa! Talk
man.
about a terrible roll.
Wow.
So nothing there from the relic
Yeah,
there.
it's pretty bad.
Next, the Bloodthirster is going to try and finish off the Liberators here. So we've got 5 attacks with the extra one from Portal of Skulls. Hitting on 4s. That is 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. And all 3 wound. And -2 rend, so that is a 6+ save. Whoa! So only one
Nice.
go through, so that's a d6 wounds, a d6 damage, 4 damage, so 2 of them dead.
Ah, that's one left.
Yeah, just the champion
one's
left.
left and he's down to 1 wound.
Okay, just champion on 1 wound.
Yeah.
Now the Retributors are going to pile in here in the Korgorath. Okay, so starting the combat here with the 1 Retributor on the Exalted Deathbringer, so that's 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Both hit.
And a 6 as well, so that instantly does 2 mortal wounds.
So that 6 does 2 mortal wounds
So
straight away.
The Deathbringer's down to 3 wounds.
Yep, Deathbringer's on 3 wounds.
This one's wounding on 3.
Wounding on 3s here, which it does.
It does. You've got it's a minus...
-1 rend
-1
and a
rend.
save of 5+. And if I get a 6 here, then Skull Gouger does some damage. But okay, so that goes through, so that's 2 damage plus the 2 mortal wounds, so he's took 4 wounds, so he's down to a single wound.
Yeah.
Wow, 1 Retributor almost took him out. Actually, he made that save because he got the +1 for being in the
that's
woods, so it's just 2 damage on him,
Yeah,
so he's
so
down to 3. Now the other 2, the Champion and Retributor, attacking the Korgorath. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s.
6, that's instantly 2 mortal wounds
Okay.
on the Korgorath.
2 mortal wounds, and these 2 that hit, they're wounding on 3s.
Yep.
1 wound.
1 wound.
And
Minus
let's
1
see,
rend.
-1 rend, so that is a save of 5+, I believe, which we make on a 5. He just takes 2 mortal wounds and he's down to 6 wounds. And now the Blood Warriors here are going to try and finish off that Liberator. So we have got 3 attacks each, 4 for the Champion because of Portal of Skulls. Hitting on 3s here. And wounding on 4s. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds with no rend, so that's 4+ save.
4+.
And he's only on 1 wound, so 1 damage here and he's dead. And he takes 1 wound, which is enough to remove him, so gone is the unit of Liberators. And that brings us to the end of the combat. So combat's over and we're into Battle Shock, and these guys, well, nobody really took any damage, or nobody died, so
the banner up, so they're
yep, banner's up, so it's into Battle Round 3. Okay, so let's see who starts Battle Round 3. So for Chaos, come on, yeah, 6. Oh no, 6 for the Stormcast. Okay, Chaos, 6 again.
Oh, come on.
And a 3 for Stormcast, so Chaos to go first in Battle Round 3, nice.
Damn it.
So start Battle Round 3 for Chaos, and Korghus Khul is going to use his Gore Tide again, and he's going to use it on himself, and the Reavers and the Blood Warriors. So they all get 3 dice when they charge, and the Blood Secretor is going to put down his portal once again, and we're into the movement phase. And now Korghus Khul is going to move up another 5 inches, bring him up to here, and the Blood Reavers are going to move 6 inches. Bring them up here. And the Bloodthirster is just going to move up to here within 3 inches of the Relictor. And the Blood Warriors can move 5. They're just going to come over here. And into the shooting, and the Korgorath is going to shoot at the Retributors, so that's 3 attacks with his Bone Tentacles, hitting on 3s. Oh, and they all miss. So nothing for shooting, and we're straight into charge. So Korghus Khul is going to try and charge these Liberators, 5 inches, and we get 3 dice. And we get 7, so in he goes. I'll put him over the side here. Now the Reavers charging, needing 3 inches, which they should easily make, which they do on 6. So in they go. Now the Bloodthirster is charging the Lord Relictor here, so we need 3, which we make. And the Blood Warriors also are going to charge the Relictor, so we're needing 7 inches here. And we get 3 dice. And we make it with 8 inches, so everybody's getting into combat now.
9 inches.
So a bit of a pile up here. So we'll start the combat with the Bloodthirster and his 5 attacks against the Lord Relictor, hitting on 4s. And we have 3 hits, wounding on 2s, 2 wounds, and -2 rend, so that is a 5+ save for the Lord Relictor.
Yep.
Ooh, and they both fail, so that's 2d6 damage, and he's got 5 wounds.
Bad.
Wow, and he takes 11 wounds,
11
so
wounds.
that's him dead.
Out of game.
Now the Retributors are going to attack, we'll start with this guy, attacking the Deathbringer. So that is
Sitting on 3s.
2 attacks hitting on 3s, and they both hit.
And a 6.
Ooh, so the 6 goes through, that's
So he's
2
on
mortal
1
wounds.
Yeah, he's on 1 mortal.
So he's down to 1 wound straight away, and the other one that hit, wounding on 3s,
and
which it doesn't do, so
Yeah.
he's on 1 wound. The other 2 Retributors with the champion, so that's 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. And they all hit, wounding on 3s. That's 4 wounds, and any rends?
-1 rend.
-1 rend, so 5+ save for the Korgorath. 2 saved, and 2 go through.
So that's 2 damage. That's 4 damage. In
4 damage in total, so the Korgorath's down to 2 wounds. And next we're going to do the Korghus Khul versus Liberators here, so with his Axe of Khorne. That's 3 attacks. Actually, is he within 18 inches of the Portal of Skulls? And no, he's just a little bit out. So 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, and there is -1 rend, so that's a 5+ save. We both
Reroll
failed.
that because of the shield.
Okay, yeah, rerolling the 1. Still both failed, and that's 2d3 damage. So that is 2 damage, so that's one Liberator is dead, yeah. Now the Flesh Hound, there's 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. 3 hits, wounding on 4s. That is 1 wound, and no rend, so 4+ save. And that's 1 more wound. Now the Liberators are going to pile in here. That'll be 2 of them on Korghus and 2 on the Reavers. So for the Prime and normal Liberator, that is 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, because lay low the Tyrant, wounding on 3s, 3 wounds, and he's got a save of 3+, and there's no rend, and they all save.
Wow, nice.
And now the other 2 Liberators, there's 4 attacks on the Reavers, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. And that's 1 wound, so 1 of them is dead. And next, the Deathbringer is going to attack the Retributors. So it's 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Ooh, and they all miss. Now the Korgorath attacking the Retributors, so 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. All of them hit, wounding on 3s. And that is 3 wounds and no rend, so 3 4+ saves and 2 wounds. So that's 1 of them is dead.
Yeah, 1 of them's dead and 1 of them's down to 2 wounds.
And an extra attack because of Portal of Skulls that we forgot about, so that's hitting on 3s, which it misses. And now the Blood Warriors are going to pile in 3 inches, so we can get the champion and 1 of them. Well, actually, champions there, so 2 normal warriors. So 2 Blood Warriors here on the Retributors. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 4s. 1 wound, and no rend, so 4+ save. Which he doesn't make, so down to 1 wound. Yep. And finally, the Reavers are going to pile in, so bring these around here. So the Reavers here, 6 of them with an extra attack from the Portal of Skulls. So that's 3 for the champion, hitting on 4s. and Reaver Blades, I can reroll rolls of a 1, so I can reroll them too. So that is 7, 8, 9 hits. Wounded on 4s. That is 6 wounds and no rend. So 4 plus save for the Liberators.
Reroll ones.
Oh, can reroll them once.
Okay, so it's just 1 wound.
One wound.
1 Liberators.
Yep. So that
well, actually, this
that
guy's
one's
dead.
removed. Yeah. So we don't have to roll for the Great Axe of Khorne, the reality splitting axe. Okay, so that is the combat over, and into Battle Shock. So Battle Shock, and for the Liberators here, they lost 2 and they've got Bravery 6. Let's see if they're okay. None of them flee. And the Retributors only lost 1, so they don't need to test because they're Bravery 7, and that is turn 3 for the Chaos. So we're into turn 3 for the Stormcasts.
Okay, start of turn 3 for the Stormcast Eternals into the hero phase, and first of all we need to make a mystical test for these Judicators. And that's a 6, but it's kind of cocked, so alright, it's 6. Okay, and since my Lord Elector died, nothing else to do in the hero phase, so into movement. I'm actually going to move my Judicators 5 inches back. I want to stay as far away as I can from that Bloodthirster and Blood Warriors and Korghus and Deathbringer. Okay, and now it's time for Chaos to feel the power of Galmarad. Gonna bring Celestant Prime here onto the table, turn 3, so he's gonna have 6 attacks and 9 inches away from the enemy model. And that's the end of my movement. Now into the shooting phase, the Celestant Prime is going to call down his Comet, and I'm going to place it just here. And I'm going to roll to see how many inches the blast is. 2 inches. So that's just going to cover the Korghus and the Exalted Deathbringer. So for the Korghus, so that's 1 wound on him. It's D3 mortal wounds. And for the Exalted Deathbringer, he's dead because he's only on 1 wound, so he's gone. And the Korghus is down to 1 wound. Okay, and now the Judicators are going to shoot the Bloodthirster over there. So we're going to start with the Prime, hitting on 2s, which he makes, and wounding on 3s. You can re-roll. So that's 1 wound. It's -1 rend, so it's going to be a 5 plus save for the Bloodthirster. And he didn't make it, so he's down to 10 wounds. Okay, and now for the 3 other normal guys, they're hitting on 3s. 2 hit, wounding on 3s. I can re-roll it because they're ensorcelled. And that's 1 wound.
4 plus 6.
4 plus save.
Which we make.
Yep. Now for the Shock Bolt Bow, and it doesn't hit, so nothing there. Okay, and that is the end of the shooting phase. So into the charge phase now, and the Celestant Prime is going to try and charge these Blood Warriors over here. So I'm going to need a 9 to make it, which I don't, but yeah, there's a special rule with the Celestant Prime. I can change 1 dice to a roll of anything I want once per game, and I'm going to change that to 6, so I actually make the charge. Very handy. So they're in combat. Okay, and now into the combat phase. The Celestant Prime over here, he's going to attack the Blood Warriors. He's got 6 attacks because he came in on turn 3, and they're hitting on 3s. And that's, wow, 5 went through. And they're wounding on 2s. All wound.
So that's what,
and
3 damage per.
It's a -3 rend, so they don't get any save, and it's 3 damage each.
So that's 15 wounds.
15 wounds. So
there's only 10 wounds, so all 10 of them die. But before they die, they can attack back. So.
They can.
Okay,
yeah.
so they're gonna pile in and make an attack before they die. And so that's going to be all 5 of them. Okay, so that's 11 attacks, and we're hitting here on 3s. That is 9 hits. We're wounding on 4s.
Wounding on 4s?
Oh, actually, we can re-roll them 1s.
Oh yeah, that's right.
4
Yeah.
axes.
Yeah, they can reroll 1s.
So that is 10 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is 6 wounds. No rend.
No rend.
1 damage. So
So that's a 3+ save for me.
wow, he saved everything.
Wow, yeah. Bloody hell. Nice.
Blood warriors are gone.
Whole unit of Blood Warriors gone. Felt the power of Galmarad there. Now the Bloodthirster here, he's going to pile in to attack.
Okay, now the Bloodthirster, he's got an extra attack because of Portal of Skulls, so it's 5 attacks, and we're going to attack this Lesson Prime here. We're hitting on 4s. Come on. Oh no! One hit.
One hit.
That is terrible. That is terrible bad. Okay, wounded on 2s.
This Bloodthirster, man.
Which it does, and
Okay.
that is a -2 rend, so 5+ save for the Lesson Prime.
Yeah. Ah, he didn't make it, so...
Okay, and that's a D6 wounds.
D6. Wow.
Oh,
One.
wound. So that puts Prime on.
Wow, this Bloodthirster, man, seriously.
What's the Prime on?
So the Prime is going to be on 7 wounds.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, and now the Retributors down here, they're going to attack the Korghus. See if I can finish him off. He's only on 2 wounds. So that's going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, wow, that is just an awful roll. None hit there. What?
That's worse than my Bloodthirster.
3 1s and 2 2s. Alright, well, nothing happens there then, so...
Okay, now Korghus Khul is going to attack the Liberators here. So he has got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 1 hit, wounding on 3s. 1 wound and a -1 rend. So that's
5+.
5+ save.
And I don't make it.
So D3 damage. And that is 2 damage.
2 damage, so...
one of them is dead.
One of them is dead, yeah.
And now the Fleshhound, he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All hit, wounding on 4s. And that's 2 wounds and no rend, so 4+ save.
Yep.
And 1 more wound. So
1 more wound,
One
so
of them is down to 1 wound.
this guy's down to 1 wound, yeah. And now these Liberators are going to attack Korghus Khul. There's going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 3s because of Laylo the Tyrant. And 2 hits, and wounding on 3s, yeah. And 2 wounds.
Okay, and 3+ save.
Yeah.
And they both saved.
Okay.
And now the Reaver is going to pile in here. So, come around here. And now the Reaver's here, that's 11 attacks, hitting on 4s. So that is 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. That's 3 wounds and no rend, so 4+ save, 3 4+ saves.
Okay. Can reroll 1s because of shields.
And that's 2 damage.
2 damage, so
one's
he's dead and
He's down to single wound.
he's down to single wound, yeah.
And actually, 2 of the to hit rolls of 1 for Reaver Blades we can re-roll. We forgot to do that. So rolling to hit 4+, and
nothing.
And now the Korghus is going to attack the Retributors. So we've got 5 attacks. And we're hitting here on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds and no rend, or -1 rend.
-1 rend. 5+.
5+ save, yeah. And,
And
2 wounds.
2
so that's
wounds,
1
so-
more of them are dead.
1 more is dead. Okay, and that is the end of the combat phase. And Battle Shock, we have the Liberators here. They lost 2, their bravery 6, and they're fine. and no other battle shock tests make into battle round 4, yeah. So we're gonna roll now to see who starts battle round 4.
Okay, chaos. Oh,
Chaos, cock dice.
2.
2 for the Stormcast.
Aha.
1. Oh man.
Chaos to go first, so I'll get the Bloodthirster combat before the Celestial gets to
this
dig.
could be nasty. Could be very nasty.
Okay, so start off turn 4 for the Chaos, and Korghus Khul, he's going to cast Inspiring Presence on the Blood Reavers. Nothing really else to do for the hero phase, apart from Portal of Skulls. I'll put that down with my Blood Secretor. Give my Bloodthirster an extra attack for this combat phase, which is going to be quite decisive. And that's the hero phase over. So into movement, and I don't really, everybody's in combat apart from the Secretor, and he has his portal down so he can't move. So we're basically straight into charge phase, and everybody's in combat, so we're straight into combat. And I think we're going to start off the combat with the most important thing, which is going to be the Bloodthirster versus Celestant Prime here. So we've got 5 attacks here because of Portal of Skulls, and we're hitting on 4s. So you want to roll the dice? Let's see if we can get 4 pluses, and we get 2 hits. Now, yeah, 1 6 and 1 4. Now rolling to wound, 2 plus. Ooh, both wound, and that 6 actually does extra damage. So, outrageous carnage. So let's see how many wounds we do on the Celestant Prime first. So that is 2d6, or sorry, 2 saves to make of a 5 plus for the Celestant Prime, because mine is 2 rend. And they both fail, so 2d6 damage here. We need 7 or more, or you can roll 2 dice. We need 7 or more. Yeah, wow, we get boxcars, we get a double 6. So Celestant Prime has been basically cut to pieces.
Damn, that's 12 wounds.
And also because of that outrageous carnage, we do some extra attacks or extra damage on the Retributor. So with outrageous carnage, all units, enemy units within 8 inches, they take D3 mortal wounds. D3 because he's down to 10 wounds.
Yeah, and he's only on
and
1
he's only
wound.
on 1 wound, so that's the final Retributor dead. Pretty good chopping there from the Bloodthirster.
Wow.
And yeah, that's only going to leave the Stormcast with the Judicators and the single Liberator over there. So, Liberator to attack. And now the Liberator Prime here is going to attack Korghus. So that's 3 attacks, hitting on 3s because of the Laylo the Tyrant. 1 hit, wounded on 3s.
Yeah.
Which he makes. And a save. Any rend? No.
No rend.
3 plus save. Which we make, so no damage there. Now Korghus Khul is going to attack back, so that's 3 attacks, hitting on 3 plus. That's 2 hits, and now wounding on a 3 plus. 2 wounds, and a -1 rend, so that is a 5 plus save. Yep.
5 plus.
And they both fail, so that is 2d3 damage, but he's only on 1 wound, so that's the final Liberator wiped out. And the Stormcasts are down to just 5 Judicators. And that will bring an end to turn 4 for the Chaos. So we're into turn 4 for the Stormcast.
Start of turn 4 for the Stormcast Eternals, and well, it's not looking great for the Stormcast because we've only got 1 unit of 5 Judicators left, and they've got Bloodthirster, Korghus Khul, the Blood Secretor over there. So I'm just gonna shoot at the Bloodthirster. I'm going to see if I can do some damage, maybe kill him.
Well, if you do some damage this turn and you get start of battle round 5, you could get 2 rounds of shooting.
Possibly, yeah. So I mean, we're not gonna give up just yet. So I'm gonna start with the Judicator Prime here. He's going to be hitting the Bloodthirster on a 2, which he does, and wounding on a 3. Which he doesn't. Now for the 3 other normal guys, hitting on a 3 and 2 hits, wounding on a 3, and they both wound. A -1 rend.
5 plus save.
5 plus save.
And 1 more wound on the Bloodthirster,
Okay,
so down to 9.
Bloodthirster down to 9 wounds, but now we're going to do the Shock Bolt Bow. So we're going to see if it hits on a 3 plus. Finally, on a 3. Now see how many wounds it does. 1. Alright, so does it go through? and it doesn't. So,
Not very
all right,
effective,
that was
awful.
pretty awful, really. So yeah, so at the end of the shooting, obviously no charges, no combat, no battle shock, and that's the end of my turn. So yeah, so now we're gonna roll to see who starts battle round 5.
Okay, you want to roll for us? The Chaos?
Okay, Chaos have 4, Stormcast have 3. Ah,
So Chaos
man.
to go first.
If I had another battle round there, I might have been able to do something to that Bloodthirster, but...
So, battle round 5 for the Chaos, and looking pretty good here. We're going to start by Korghus Khul using his Gore Tide ability, and he's going to boost the charge range of, you get 3 dice instead of 2 for charging with the Reavers, the Bloodthirster, and the Korghus. And the Bloodsecrator, he's not going to put down his Portal of Skulls because it's going to be out of range. Next, the Bloodthirster is going to move up to within 3 inches of the Judicators. And the Korghus is going to come forward 6 inches. And the Reaver is going to move up 6 inches to bring them up to here. And finally, Korghus Khul is going to move forward 5. So, bringing them all up here. So, no shooting in range, so straight into the charge phase, and Bloodthirster is going to charge the Judicators with 3 dice, needing 3 or more, which he makes, so in he goes. Now the Korghus is going to charge the Judicators here, so we need 7, and we get it, a 4 and a 3, so Korghus in combat as well. And now the Reavers are going to try and charge here, needing 10 inches, so need a 10 on these 3 dice. And we get it with a 6 and a 4, so the Reavers are in also. Quite a good roll there. And we'll start the combat phase with the Bloodthirster attacking the Judicators, so that's 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. And we get 3 hits, pretty good. Okay, wounding on 2s, roll them 3 again. And we get 2, you want to re-roll this one? So all 3 wound. So that is 3 6+ saves for the Stormcast. And none of them make it, so that's 3d6 damage. So let's see how much damage we do. Let's see if we can finish them off. Wow, and
Got 2 wounds each.
12 damage. So that's the
Bloodthirster, like
that's the Judicators wiped off the table, and that will bring the game to an end of total victory for the Chaos. So let's get into a quick post-match.
So there we have it, folks. That was quite a fun game.
Yeah.
A bit different in a pitch battle rather than a scenario.
That's true, yeah. That SDK point system really works, I think.
We didn't talk about this in the post-match
before. It just feels
before.
more balanced, when you play.
Yeah, it definitely does. In this game and the last, I've noticed that it feels like, you can't really tell who's going to win until near the very end.
It's not so one-sided.
Yeah, and it's very easy to use, so I would recommend trying out SDK if you play just Sigmar, because it's just a nice, easy, quick way of balancing rather than kind of eyeballing things. I mean, one thing I noticed is that with the SDK, the Chaos seems like you need to take, compared to how we were doing it before, the Chaos is quite low in points compared to the Stormcast and so on, which maybe that's why I lost so many games against you over the last sort of 8 games with playing Chaos a lot. I was always, most of the time I was losing, but I think the point systems helped to balance that up a bit. So that was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle report, and if you did, please like and subscribe and share. And if you'd like to help support the channel, we've got a Patreon campaign. Much appreciate all the support we get from you guys, and it helps us to improve what we're doing and keep making these videos. So if you'd like to do that, please see the link below in the video description. And we've also got a giveaway on the Boxing Day, 26th of December, where we're giving away a £100 Forge World voucher. So if you'd like a chance to win that, then just sign up as a patron, and you'll be entered into the random draw. So until next time, guys, see you later.